Okay. We live in a world where it seems if it's not seen, it's not a problem. If you don't feel something wrong, there must not be anything there. As I myself have learned, sometimes there are things that are not seen or felt but can cause the most amount of problems. Having regular checkups, even if you feel fine, can help finding and treatment of cervical cancer. According to the National Cancer Institute, cervical cancer is defined as cancer that forms in the cervix and is usually slow growing. Upon doing my research for this speech, I learned that there are more than 12,000 cases of cervical cancer in the U.S. today. I would like to talk about the three main points: having regular pap smears, the virus known as HPV, and the treatment options you might have. Let's start with pap smears. Every woman has heard of them. Every woman also knows they should have one at least once a year. But when it comes down to time, money, these things are just easier to put off. A pap smear is used to check for cell changes within your cervix, and the best tool to catch cervical cancer in its early stages. According to the Women's Health website, there are a few things you should know before having a pap smear. You should not use any product that will affect your pH balance before having a pap smear, i.e. douching, tampons, creams, etc. You should also not have intercourse 2 days prior to your appointment. The best time to have your pap smear is 10 to 20 days after your period. Once you have had your pap, you may find yourself being told you have HPV. HPV can lead to cervical cancer and is also known as the human papillomavirus. If left untreated, this is where the cervical cancer can be caused. There are more than 100 different types of the HPV virus. Of the 100 viruses, 40 of them spread through sexual contact. Some strains of the virus can also cause genital warts. The problem with HPV is men are the carriers and there are no symptoms. The only way to know if you have HPV is to have a pap smear. Catching HPV before it has a chance to turn into cervical cancer is the best course of treatment. However, in some cases, HPV can spread quickly and turn into cervical cancer, as it did in my case. And once that happens, you might want to know your treatment options. If you are told you have cervical cancer, this does not automatically mean you have to have chemotherapy and/or radiation treatment. Mostly it will depend on the stage of the cancer and if it is localized or not. If you catch the cancer in what is known as the stage 0 or precancer, the cancerous cells can be frozen or scraped off in a simple procedure known as a LEEP. If you have a more serious stage of cancer, having a hysterectomy is a good option, given that the cancer has not spread. Once the cancer spreads, chemotherapy will be needed in order to treat. So as you can see, having regular pap smears is really important and may even save your life. Some of the unseen dangers can have the biggest impact on your life. Regular health care screenings are the most important thing a woman can do to help prevent such health problems as HPV and cervical cancer.